taking you through another day of practicing math fluency as well as working on some word problems. I even have a special treat for you at the end. So here we go, lesson 54. So what are we going to learn today? We're going to do fluency practice. We're going to work on some word problems with each and every. We're going to do some fraction fun. And then today I put up a secret meme, hopefully to be able to do it every day, just to give you something to look forward to at the end. So that's what we're working on. What you will need is focus, determination, paper, pencil, and then make sure you have access to your Google Classroom account. All right, time to do some fluency. Listen for the snap, say the answer. Let's see if we can get through this quickly. 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 7 times 4. 7 times 4 equals 28. 54 divided by 9. 54 divided by 9 equals 6. 18 divided by 3. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 0 times 5 equals 0. 72 divided by 9. 72 divided by 9 equals 8. 3 times 8. 3 times 8 equals 24. 28 divided by 4. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 27 divided by 9. 27 divided by 9 equals 3. 6 times 6. 6 times 6 equals 36. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. 3 times 6. 3 times 6 equals 18. 24 divided by 6. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 36 divided by 9. 36 divided by 9 equals 4. Excellent. 21 divided by 7. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. 8 times 4. 8 times 4 equals Zamir, it's not 36, it's 32. 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 25 divided by 5. 25 divided by 5 equals 5. 4 times 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. 30 divided by 5. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. 7 times 3. 7 times 3 equals that's right, 21. 4 times 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. All right, now we're on some word problems for part and each and every, as well as multiplication. So really pay attention, drill deep, and let's get some answers, because the questions I didn't put on the slides will be the questions in your Google Classroom quiz. Word problems, here we go. Remember, when you have the word each or every, it is going to be a multiplication sentence. For example, every dog weighs 100 pounds. This would be the multiplication sentence, 100, and I messed it up again, 100 times D equals P. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. There might be ways to fix that. There's a way to fix that. There's no way to fix it. Well, just imagine I crossed it out. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Crossed it out. 100 times D will give you P. I'll fix it for tomorrow. Apologies. Problem A. Every car had 5 people in it. How many people were in 15 cars? So what's the sentence that tells us the first small number? So think about it. There are 2 sentences. What sentence is it? It's this sentence, right? Read it with me. every car had 5 people in it. And what's going to be our first small number? Our first small number is going to be 5, right? Our first small number is going to be 5. Now, were there 5 times as many cars or 5 times as many people? Thinking about that, are there more cars or more people? In this case, they're going to be more people, right? So there are more people than cars. So let's see what that looks like. All right, we have, did that wrong. We have 5 times 15, number of cars will give us the people. And 15 times 5 is, let's find out, 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. That gives us 75 people. Let's try it again. Debbie had $48 in her pocket. Debbie had 4 times as much money in the bank as in her pocket. How much did she have in the bank? Have in the bank. Let's think about this. Here we go. Ready? The first small number, that's going to be that times number. What's our first small number? Our first small number is, did you say 4? Oh, great job. It is 4. And then what's our small number? Does she have more in her bank or more in her pocket? More in the bank or more in the pocket? She had more in the bank. That's right, in the big old bank. She keeps her money safe there. So we have our first small number is 4, and we're going to multiply that by, find out, we're going to multiply that by P, and that's going to tell us B, right? 4 times P will give us B. 48 times 4, 48 times 4. They say, and there's a way, well, anyway. 48 times 4, oh, look at that hand, so helpful there. 4 times 8 is, that's right, 32. I write my 2 there, carrying my 3. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. So she is a member of the Century Club, but not the Double Century Club. She does not have $200. She's got $192. Hopefully she's saving it up for something fun. Way to go, Debbie. Proud of you for your money. Now we're moving on to fractions. We haven't covered fractions yet, so I'm going to tell you how it works. Each description will reveal a fraction. That should say description, but it doesn't. You got to listen carefully, and on your paper, you're going to write the fraction down. See if your answer is correct on the next slide. All right, so here we go. There's some fraction reminders. I know what you're thinking. The numerator is the number on the top. So you got the numerator. I always remember that. Here's a little trick from me. I always remember that because of that U, right? Up. Numerator is the number on top or up. Denominator, I know what you're thinking. Oh, it starts with a D. So that's the one on the down side. Yep, it is. Good job, you. Denominator is a number on the bottom. Now, if the top number is bigger, then that fraction's more than 1, right? Because you got more pieces than the part. If the bottom number is bigger, it's less than 1. So if you have 3/4, that's not a whole. But if you got 5/4, that's a whole. Now, this is a tricky part and something you really need to pay attention to. If the fraction equals a whole number, you have to multiply the whole number by the denominator to get to the top. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Will, I don't understand. That's okay. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right down here. Here we go. Bam. So let's say we have this, right? What does this fraction say? It says some fraction with a denominator of 3 equals the whole number 4. Well, using this rule up here, we realize we're going to multiply 4 times 3. Bam. 4 times 3, which equals what? That's right. It equals 12. And that number is going to become our numerator. That's right. So you can see what I did here is I said, oh, I got a problem. Let me multiply. And then let me put that number on top. You do this all the time with quarters, right? You go to the arcade and you have $1, which is 1 whole, and you multiply it by 4 for quarters, and that tells you how many quarters you should get, right? $2, 8 quarters, $4, 16 quarters, and on and on. Here's our first fraction. There are 5 parts per unit. Sorry, I got a text, I'm a busy man, but I'm not too busy for this. There are 5 parts per unit. 13 units are shaded. There are 5 parts per unit. 13 units are shaded. What's going to be our denominator here? Let's think about that. Or our numerator. Think about it. Write it down. I dare you. Write it down on a piece of paper. Write your numerator, fraction bar, denominator, And then here we go. The numerator is 13, right? If you go back to it, you can see 13 units are shaded, so that's our numerator. And then our denominator is 5. That's right. So it's like an unboxing video. It's like, oh, what's in this box? I don't know. And then you look at it and it's a fraction. And what's that fraction? 13 over 5. Did you get 13 over 5? Did you write it down on your paper? Wonderful job. If you didn't, you can just go back over this YouTube video and watch it again and again until you get it right, which I bet will be the second time because there's only 2 ways for it to go. Want to try another one? The fraction equals 4. The denominator is. Now, this is what I just showed you. This is tricky. But luckily, you're at the professor of math, right? Like, as good as a professor is with his ball handling skills, that's how good I am at math. So we're going to take a look at this. And if you remember what I told you, to find the numerator, we're going to multiply 4 times 9. 9, 18, 27, 30. 36 is right. So let's see what our numerator is. Bam! 36. Let's see what our denominator is. 9. 36 over 9. And so we know that that is the whole number 4. You ready? Here we go. The denominator is bigger than the top number. The numbers are 9 and 8. This one's an easy one. But if you got it wrong, that's okay. Maybe it wasn't as easy as I thought. The denominator is bigger than the top number. The numbers are 9 and 8. Write it down. And then go over here. The numerator. What's the numerator? The numerator is... Oh, man, I made a mistake. I'm not going to lie. And I just said this was easy. The numerator is not 9. The numerator is 8. The denominator is not 8. Oh, this is awkward. So if you got to flip it around, because remember the denominator, it's really, I feel really bad, but not so bad. I'm going to go back and re-record this, but I'm going to say it over. I was wrong. I admit it. Anybody who knows me knows that I make a lot of mistakes every single day of my life. So we have 8 over 9 because it said the denominator was bigger. I won't let that happen again. If I do, you can comment in the likes and subscribes, and maybe you'll get some free Mr. O'Connell merch. It's a thing I'm working on. The numbers for the fraction are 13 and 40. The fraction is less than the whole number 1. What did I say earlier? Which one? All right. Go ahead and write it down. And the numerator, remember, if it's smaller than 1, the numerator is going to be the smaller number. Do you remember what the smaller number was? It was probably this number, 13. Got it right this time. The denominator is 40. So then our fraction is 13 over 40. The numbers for the fraction are 11 and 6. The denominator is smaller than the larger number. I think I'm going to write this. The denominator is smaller than the larger number. I mean, that's true. So which one of these numbers is going to be the numerator? That's going to be 11. So the denominator is going to be 6. So the fraction is going to be 11 over 6. And that is a fraction. And then here's our secret meme that says, this is the face Mr. Hammond makes when he sees that somebody did their work on the Google Classroom. Look at that smile. He's just loving life. So remember, just anytime you turn in your work, just imagine Mr. Hammond's just looking at you being like, you did it. You did it. I'm so proud of you. We're so proud of you, Mr. Hammond. So what's up for next? Head over to the Google Classroom, take the quiz, think of examples of this in your daily life, drop a